Good afternoon. Welcome to the February board meeting. Call to order the Board of Directors meeting. It's 1:30, Wednesday, February 26th. I want to have approval for the agenda, a motion to approve the agenda. Nancy? Diana seconds. All in favor? Unanimous. Agenda is approved. Approval for the January minutes that were distributed to everyone by email. We have a motion? Motion. Nancy? Diana second. All in favor? Approved. Minutes are approved. Rita?
Let's see. Alrighty. Well, as we dive into January, it's very early in the year, but we're off to a good start. Our revenues for the month were $522,557, which is about $2,000 below what I anticipated. I will note that the interest income budgeted for the month is lower due to our brokerage fees coming out in January of each month or each year. On the expense side, we recorded $420,278, which is a favorable variance of approximately $10,000. A couple areas to highlight is utilities. It's a little thorn in my side. Georgia Power is somewhat unpredictable when we try to budget, but we do go off their estimation on rates. We are billed at a fixed rate as well as a demand rate. In January, we were about 5.3% over budget, which was also in the same time frame that we had the cold snap and single-digit temperatures. So I'm hopeful with the warmer weather coming in, our utility costs will go back more in line with the budget. On the flip side of that, we also saved $4,500 in the activity expenses due to cancellation of events during the cold spell as well. We ended the month with a net income of $83,823, placing us in a favorable position to the budget of about $7,800. So like I said, year just started, so not much to report on. In January, we did have 3 payrolls as well. In cash, we've got $2,981,133 in our reserves, $422,337 in the operating account at the end of January, for a total of $3,403,470. Okay, dining. We've served 6,333 meals. Food costs were slightly higher in January, so our total subsidies per meal was $14.47. Okay, sales and leasing. I laid this out a little differently this month. I've included the condos that are listed on our website as well as condos that are not listed on our website. I've also added a column to show how long the unit was vacant before they decided to list it for sale. So right now we've got a total of 14 condos for sale, one of which is under contract. Out of those, there's also one that is available for lease, whichever happens first. You'll notice that one of the condos that just recently listed was vacant for 4 years, and another unit was vacant 1 year before they decided to list the units. Out of the 14 condos, we have 6 of those are with agents who live here in the building. The remainder are outside agents. We have 1 condo that just came on for lease. So essentially we have, like I said, 14 for sale, 1 for lease, and one of those 14 could be sale or lease. We have started to get more foot traffic back in. We're keeping up with the new packets that we're handing out and recording how many we're making each time. I also found it interesting. I ran a MLS report on a 3-mile radius in our zip code of 30328 and found a total of 72 condos, not townhomes or single-family homes, that were also available. believe there was 36 one-bedrooms and 35 two-bedrooms. If you're interested in getting a copy of this, I've got some extra. You can see me afterwards. But yeah, like I said, I just thought it was very interesting to look at. Any questions on what I went over so far?
No questions from me.
Okay. Building projects. We can go over building projects. The roof anchor project is currently underway. Today we have all 3 vendors, Stone Mountain Access, Southeast Scanning, and Parsons Roofing, working together on the roof. And I just got notifications that the scanners might possibly be finished. I said earlier this week that if you live on the upper floors, you are going to hear some noise between the hours of 9 and 6, and probably some vibrations as that work will continue. The parking deck project is also going well. The overall project is split into 2 phases. The first phase, which is what we're currently in, covers the overall structural integrity of the parking deck. The second phase is more on the aesthetic enhancements. Within the first phase, there are several steps. The structural repairs in phases 1 and 2 of the first phase are now complete. So far, we've repaired 14 post-tension cables and tensioned them. And in the last step, there are 35 inspection openings that are ready for Walker to review today. I have removed the last set of vehicles that are going to be required to be removed, so if you haven't gotten a call from me, you do not have to move. The contractor anticipates out of that 35 openings, 4 of those cables will need to be repaired in the final step. Nothing else goes south on the project. They expect to wrap up the structural repair of the project in the next 2 weeks. And we are looking to start the next phase sometime in April. We want to do that before fall comes and we start getting leaves and debris to blow into the ceiling and the painting of the asphalt. I will say out of those 2 projects, we're dealing with a total of 5 vendors, and they've all been really great to work with. I don't know about you all, but the parking deck the projects went very smooth, so I'm very pleased with that. That's all I have on.
The major project Chases we're still working on getting an agreement with our engineering firm to agree with the price and the scope of the project, so we should have something on that soon, and we will release it when we do get that available. Marketing and communications?
Tricia, you want to do it or me? I want to do something on the social, but you can do. Okay. Do you want to do all the social, just so or do I just keep reading? You mean just go through?
Yeah,
it
go
and
ahead.
You do whatever. Okay. Okay. On the marketing, we're going to continue to work with Towers Talk and other channels to ensure that everybody has current, accurate information. We've distributed the 2025 community survey, and they were supposed to be turned back yesterday. Rita, do you know how many? Did we get many?
I haven't even looked at them.
If you haven't turned one in, please do, because it really is helpful to know what. I put them in, you should have. I put it in your door. Then somebody took it away. I'll give you another one. Because I put them door to door, and I specifically put it in your door. I remember that.
And they have the unit number on them, so.
But see me after. I'll get you another one. As time permits, we're upgrading signs in the main website. Friday is Buy for Nothing, so if you have anything, you can start bringing it down late tomorrow afternoon. The Garden Club is meeting on next Tuesday, March 4th. Trivia on the Sun Porch is Wednesday, March 12th, so sign up for teams. The sign-up sheets, the teams are new each time, so start over. On Monday for High Rise Living, the Sandy Springs Fire Department is introducing its health and wellness services, which includes different screenings, injury and illness prevention that's geared toward seniors, and one-on-one health discussions with their trained paramedics. Check Tower Talk and flyers for future programs. The next dinner for new residents is Wednesday, March 12th. A new thing that we're going to try March 18th. Most of the sales at Mount Vernon come directly or indirectly from word-of-mouth referrals. So to educate residents about what is available so you can tell your friends and the market, learn more about the market, we are planning a resident open house on Tuesday, March 18th that will include units that are on the market for sale or lease at that time.
And you contacted the...
Yeah, I've contacted, I think I have one more to contact, I need one more email, and I've gotten back responses from, I think, 4 of them so far. So we'll have, on the floors that have units open, we'll have like, I'll need volunteers, I'll put up a sign-up sheet or something so that they can direct people in the building, because this is a resident activity, and then we'll have a list of where they are so you know where you can go on each floor.
Wait, and I want to say something. I appreciate everybody going on to the Mount Vernon Facebook page. I just wanted to share a little information that we've gained several hundred followers since I started doing it. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's people that live here, but it could be family members and stuff. Also, as an interesting note, that some of the reach, which is the post that people see, the numbers are from non-followers, so that means if I put a hashtag or somebody shares it, that they're seeing it. So the non-follower reach seems to be a little bit higher, which is kind of neat. And then lastly, as a little bit of free press, yesterday was Frank Stovall's birthday. And I submitted it to Glenn Burns, the weatherman, just as to see if he would post it to say that Frank's 104. That post, he ended up posting it, and that post reached 3,700 people with 47 shares. So that's, it may not do anything for us, but it did say that he lives here at Mount Vernon Towers. So it's kind of like a little free publicity, and which is, I mean, that's a lot of people. So anyway, thank you.
And I also want to add, I think last month I mentioned the PCC website had actually launched on the 31st, and it's getting some reach. Just since the weekend, we've had 3 people actually inquire through the contact form to come in and do tours, so that's positive.
Diana, you have something?
No, I just wanted to reiterate that word of mouth cannot be replaced. So please, when you're out and about at church or where any organization you're in, talk up Mount Vernon Towers. The more time they hear the name, the more it will come to mind. And if you know of someone that, even though it's it's a resident program, this tour, if someone's interested, we could make arrangements with their agent for them to come see as well. Right, Nancy? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Scott, you have anything? Questions from the floor?
Any news on the cable?
You guys, please state your name and the condo number and whether you're an owner or not.
Julie Maisel, A306 owner. My question is, we were told, I guess there's going to be a separate company doing the in-house channels?
It's not a separate company. It's a subcontractor that will be running the lines for it.
Okay, would it be possible maybe for people that don't have Comcast to still get?
No.
Okay.
No, it's going to use the same line. I think Ellen had said any news on the cable, but we discussed this, I think, 3 times this week so far. But David and I had about 3 pages of questions, concerns that we wanted to have in writing before we move forward. As of last Thursday or Friday morning, I believe, They had pretty much answered everything in writing except the concern with the in-house channels. Is that right, David? Correct. So we're waiting on that. We want to have everything in writing before we move forward.
Okay, I had a crazy question. Wi-Fi is going to be strictly from our own routers, except in this building. There will be no Wi-Fi in the other building for public use.
It will be, there will be Wi-Fi in the service center.
I was wondering, some of us go down to our parlor on our floor and maybe take the laptop to show something to somebody else or that. Is there any way to just have Wi-Fi available in the parlors on the floors?
David, is that an option? That's what I thought, but I want to make sure.
Oh, wow.
Right. I thought we had discussed it with them, and it wasn't an option.
So what does that have to do with the TVs that we have on our floor?
Well, you'll have a box for your, yeah, the TVs on the floor will still get Comcast, but you just won't get free internet.
Hi, I'm Nancy in A309, and this is to Trish. No, I like all that you're doing in marketing, but do we actually, or maybe we can't, with the Benson Center, because that is an independent facility. You have to be, registered as an independent person. Would they allow us to at least put a poster up? Because those people are independent, and maybe they would be interested.
I don't know. I'd have to ask.
I would talk with Ron in the office because he's the one who.
You mean a poster of Mount Vernon Towers?
Yeah, or like just like a flyer that, or something about just something that shows we are here.
I'm on his wellness.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can check into that.
Speaking of that, I'm sure that the Benson Center would like someone to come and talk to them about Mount Vernon Towers. They are allowed to have someone in to talk to people about it, since it's a senior center. You might need to contact them and see.
Yeah, we can look into that.
Yeah, I can, in working with them on that sanitarian stuff, I can ask them. I don't mind if they do.
Centenarian.
Dan Castle, outside owner. How many people are in the PCC now?
As of Friday, we had 12. We might have someone that's in their respite going home. It's up and down. We had 4 respite. One went home, 1 came, but we have 12 right now. And like I said, we've had 3 people request for tours.
And the website is up and running now?
Yes.
And
For PCC only. The other
Right.
one is up, but it's just not new yet.
other than the website, what are we doing to market and get more people into the PCC? Because that's free money, so to speak, because there's major profit that can be made that the residents don't have to pay for then as a result.
Right. At this time, the only other thing that we are doing is I've had conversations with a few of the rehab social workers that actually called upon us for residents that they had that wasn't a good fit for the personal care center. So other than getting our name out there that way, right now we're not reaching out to the outside community.
But we have talked about possibly doing, when you do a search for respite care or, what is it?
Like a Google
personal
search.
care. On Google, we come up as like not even on the main page. So that's something that we have, that I briefly mentioned to Reed about maybe doing a Google ad that that would help get us up onto the first page. So when somebody does do a search for it, that we can be seen.
Yeah, and I'd approve that. The website's not quite a month old yet, so it's going to take some paid ads to get us up there.
The one thing I have a hard time understanding is before we made the improvements, which reduced the number of beds from 26 to 18, you had said that we were running 22 to 23 people up there, which is about 85% occupancy.
Right, prior to COVID.
Right. What were you doing then to have that high of occupancy rate where now we're at 60% or whatever the right number is?
At that time, there was a realtor that was working the PCC, created a wait list, and we did stay pretty full. COVID hit, and PCC didn't fare very well. A lot of residents left PCC, went for nursing care, for assisted living. And after COVID, people were looking for more space. That was the whole idea of us renovating and dropping these shared rooms down to make suites.
That's my point. That's my point. We made the PCC better, but we have a lower occupancy rate. That's gone the opposite direction.
We were down to like 2 people. Everybody was wanting more space. So we actually renovated, put the shared rooms together as a suite, and in 2022 in September 22 we went from about 2 people up to 15 or 16.
Is that realtor still available and interested in taking over the PCC again? Because we obviously need some help.
No, he no longer lives in the state.
Get him back here.
Any more questions?
It's not normal that you would find a realtor willing to do that because it's not like you're listing your condo and you get a commission, so.
Maybe we could think about having a commission basis thing for.
You don't have a real estate contract.
But you do realize that the more people in PCC, the more staff you have to hire, so the expenses accrue.
That is exactly true. When we were running, 22 to 24 residents, our profit margin was lower than running 12 or 13. 13 is our break point.
Hi, is this working?
Yeah.
J.D. Porter, son of A.B. Porter and B1005. What about adding or enhancing like the marketing team? What about enhancing the marketing team or something like that, just to add as an added job or an added, An intern. Yeah, even an intern. Good.
An intern at a business school could get credit. It's done all the time. They get credit for doing this kind of work. There's a lot of free help out there if we reach out for it.
You have 2 free people right here, Nancy and I.
Well, maybe we need a 3rd and 4th if we're running the way we are at the PCC.
PCC's just. Anybody else? Motion to adjourn.
Scott, let me.
I'm sorry, Scott.
Let me enter a couple of thoughts here. One is I would like to suggest that we send a letter to all of the outside owners that their condo has been grandfathered, so that they positively know that that is done.
Okay.
And if it 4 or 5 years down the road here, the paperwork at Mount Vernon is somehow a shuffle, that the owner of the condo has a piece of paper that says, I was grandfathered.
Okay.
And it becomes their responsibility to keep track of that. And then secondly, I was kind of wondering what happened to the oath of office that we signed at the first of every year. We haven't done that this year.
We'll do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you do that? Did you take care of that?
Yeah.
Anything else? Motion to adjourn. Nancy, Trish seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Meeting is adjourned. Our next meeting is
March 26th, I believe.
March 26th, Wednesday at 1:30.